And we are back. Game 3, the series decider, 1-1, mano a mano, even across the board, best of 1 at this point. Snakerdoodles with an absolute stomp of a victory there in game 2. That's what we expected to see. That's why we put our channel points on them. We knew they had it the whole time. They really cracked open the base. They took the game, and we'll see if they can repeat that game 3. Spurg, your thoughts on that one?
I mean, yeah, the victory felt like a stomp, which was, the end of the game did a little bit feel like it was a stomp, but there were a lot of counter punches thrown by Ride or Die. They went down like 1 kill to 8 kills, and it seemed like it was inevitable that they were gonna lose that, say around 25, 30 minutes, and then they threw those counter punches and they looked really good in doing so, and then they made the most of them. I just don't think it was enough with the amount of gold and XP that they gave up early on to the Vayne and Syndra, and I think Blood had a really standout performance in a lot of those team fights. Lucid was obviously, Lucid and Bush, their lane was incredible. I obviously, as you talked about at the end of the last game, I think Rudy had 11 deaths, and it's really tough to come back from that.
Yeah, do you think we'll see any changes here as we enter draft? We're seeing some of the same mid bands coming out. I mean, Luciv did very well in the vein. For some reason, I don't think he's going to pick it again. It feels like a little bit of a pick you surprise the opponent with. Um, but he may go that route again. That was a hard carry, but we're seeing the same bands again, which is a little surprising. Even though I understand why you're banning things like the Echo, the Ziggs is super annoying to play against, so that does make sense. But so far, no changes in pick ban. Ban at this point, and they just don't care. They just want to run it back. They want to try again, go again. They wiped in hardcore. They're going to try it again, and I don't know if they can do it. We haven't got the bet up yet, but I'm thinking Sandy Snakes. Even though we haven't drafted, probably riding that momentum into game 3.
I mean, it seems like they would, and how wrong we were in the pregame for game 2, looking at that team comp, thinking, what on earth is Snakerdoodles doing there with these picks? Same bands coming out here, same looks like same Zaya pick that's about to happen, and
Just kidding.
all right, so they're gonna steal away the Leona from Bush. It's a comfort pick for Bush, and notably probably his best champion here. And there's the counter steal.
Yeah, gets the Zaya. So there goes probably Vayne out the window. Not taking that. No mega surprise there. Zaya, and you probably take jungle here. I would think maybe I guess probably support. The Leona picks out there. Interesting. What would you throw? Rel, of course. Another sort of counter pick.
Is this gonna be a mirror match game? It'd be
Yeah.
odd to see.
They're just wanting to flex on him and say, "Look, you could have won with that draft. It was good enough."
Mostly plays
You-
Vayne, but are they gonna lock in the Ezreal instead here? I mean, the
Oh,
Ezreal seemed to
oh,
perform. What?
uh,
All right.
what's happening? I thought we were going to
Who
see
are
a
they
Draven.
picking?
I
What's
thought we were
happening?
going to. The Trist. I assume it's bot lane Trist. That probably maybe. I mean, a little bit of a flex option to mid, but
Yeah.
probably I don't know how well that does. Obviously, you just Leona dive in, Trist dive in, and kill somebody. We see the Syndra in round 1 again.
Just an immediate pick. Okay. They seem confident in the Syndra, and I mean, Altic Mid looked really, really good on it in that game 1. So
He was not the problem. That's for sure. Man. All right. Both somehow a surprising draft, and not, I guess, the Trist we probably didn't see coming. Asol. There it is. We see the mid match. So
okay.
we're gonna push the mans elsewhere. I'm gonna guess probably into the jungle, just because that top lane pool is just so big for Blood. Yeah, the Asol. My goodness, I'm very excited to see this.
I mean, I don't even know what they're gonna ban out in the jungle. I mean, it's hard for teams to get a beat on Kale. I mean, it's his first season as a jungler here, and he's kind of plays like he just like dips his toes into like a couple things, and it's like, well, which one do you ban? The Zax I think is a good ban. He showed out on it the last game, had incredible kill participation. So I think that's a good one to take away, and kind of gives him that narrow-minded direction where it's E into lane, kill Guy, and then if no Guy to kill Raptors,
You
and
know,
I think he did that.
my mother once told me never to trust Twitch chat. Twitch chat is trying to claim that Cal has already picked, assuming meaning the rel is Cal. I don't think so. Maybe, but
I
I
mean,
don't know if you
I haven't seen. I don't think have we seen a real jungle in TCL yet? I
I
think
don't
it got
think
played.
so.
If it got played, I think it only got played once.
Yeah. Oh, Cal did.
No,
Oh,
Cal did do it. Okay, yeah, I was like, I thought it had gotten picked once before. But I mean, yeah, you've seen it in a lot of the pro play. I mean, the rel jungle is a thing, and it does perform, especially in
there it is.
these league games.
Twitch chat knew. God darn it.
Yep.
They knew.
Yeah,
Rakan was that's a popular pick for him. Boy, a couple squishy folks, a couple tanky guy. I don't know. That's an interesting draft to me. We'll see how they round it out.
yeah, there's a lot of CC there, and we'll see if they're gonna be able to get it down on anybody. I think that's the problem, is that the with the picks from
Shen.
Ride or Die of that Syndra, hard to get to, hard to lock down, very sneaky, running around just blasting Qs on everybody, and the Triss W can obviously buffer a lot of those things.
So we see the blind Shen. It's a decent blind pick, so not overly surprising. I think it makes sense especially if you're Maokai diving in on it. But the Rel Rakan synergy, I do really like. We see the Lee Sin. Caridian says, I know you couldn't do it, Cal, but I will do it. That I do like that pick. Pretty aggressive. Try to get some kills early.
I mean, it's gonna be tough to get to that Zaya. I mean, whatever ult is called.
Featherstorm?
Featherstorm, that's what it is. Yeah,
didn't you win TCL as an AD? I'm just checking. There it is. The Tentacle Lord is upon us. We see it.
This is
the
what
legend.
you were keeping a secret from us? This
is
the whole time?
To say Blood plays Alawi is not a secret. When I first met this man, he was walking around with a shirt with the Alawi logo on it. So this is not a surprise pick in terms of if you know his history. I think it's a good pick into Shen. He has played a little bit recently in his history, so it's not like he's just dipping back to 5 years ago. Alawi is pretty strong. He's just gonna, the way Blood plays this lane, he just stomps it and pushes your wave like crazy. He will take towers. You will have to respond with 2 people to it. You might still die. I'm about to jump.
I mean, if there's anybody that can 1v3 when the jungler and the mid laner both come to gank you up top, it's gonna be Alawi. Just so much damage, and it's all AoE. And he's gonna build a hull breaker, and he's just going to push into your nexus and beg you to try and stop him.
And you can't push elsewhere because the Ace Soul just wave clears for free. It's easy. Man.
Yeah, I'm curious how they're gonna deal with this.
I do think Lee's pretty decent about it. You could kick him away from all of his tentacles that he spawned, things like that. But I'm pretty sure all the tentacles hit through the dodge zone from Shen, so that's not gonna matter. He's going to be so painful.
I just don't think they're going to have enough damage with the Lee Sin Shen to bring down the Alawi if they do a 1v2.
Too much healing. Yeah, too much healing. You assume he probably goes a Thornmail or something eventually, but...
I mean, Caridian is seasoned on the Lee Sin, though. So I'm excited to see what that's going to look like, especially when you take a little bit of extra CC on the Shen, a little bit from Syndra. I feel like there's going to be a lot of ganks, pre-level 7 here.
Yeah,
mid and top
just
lane.
Note to production A-Bar and whomever's out there, can we get the Gamba going before the game gets going? Because I think some people out there want to dump their entire point. I got 50k channel points. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that's like a secret. That feels like a lot of points. You're gambling like a pro.
I wouldn't tell people you're carrying around that much money.
Yeah, well, see, it's one of those things. So I don't know if this counts as good as crypto, but I got 50k channel points. I want to dump a whole bunch of it on Blood right now because I want to see my boy just absolutely stomp on Alawi. We've seen it before. We've seen it years ago. We've seen it a decade ago, basically, and he's still got the talent. You don't need it. You don't need
the prediction is up. The prediction is now up. So get your votes in now. Big game 3. These games have been really exciting. A lot of kills going both ways. I think Ride or Die with their team comp has an opportunity to do a lot here. It's just how are they gonna deal with that Alawi? That's the biggest question, is what will they do about that? I think Caridian's gonna kill this Asol, 10 times. But the Alawi will still win the game. Asol can die 100 times. It might not matter.
When you see Trist, when you see Lee, you got to assume there's going to be a lot of early kills. There's going to be some dives. Leona Trist, I mean, you can just enter the fight at will and just execute folks. So I agree. Can they respond to the Alawi? He's been, I'm sure, cooking it in the lab, practicing, and he knows this matchup. These are two old champs that have been around forever. He knows this matchup as best as anybody on this planet. So I think Blood will be just fine in the top lane. I think Asol, you're right, probably dies a couple times to some Caridian ganks, but it doesn't matter. He wave clears for free. And can Rudy and Toasty assert some dominance, dive in for some kills?
Yeah, I mean, the range that Toasty is going to end up having might be one of the only things that they can deal with Alawi with. And so it's, how are they going to be able to get some kills down on that Toasty? So maybe he doesn't end up with 3 items before everybody else.
Yeah, I pity the fool who's got to go against Blood's Alawi.
Yeah, it's not fun. You max E and you take 70% of your HP for nothing because you got hit by 1 tentacle skill shot. That's coming from a tank.
Funny, historically, I think Blood, as I recall certain conversations, he actually, and this was years ago, I think he really doesn't like the Emax, actually. He might still go, but historically, it's not been his thing. He's starting the corrupted potion. He's looking to just slap some people up. He might go E, you're right, but I don't think E kills the people. They just get them low and they run away. I think we're going to see something else get maxed. Would be my guess. I am very excited for this top lane matchup.
Yeah, I mean the W max is for the frequent trades, and the E max is for the poke. So I guess we'll see what route he goes, and it kind of depends on, I think, if Caridian shows up, maybe he decides to max that W first. I wonder what his game plan is here. I think either choice beats the Shen. It's just, does he want to beat the Shen that much faster? If you E-max, the Shen won't even be able to stand in lane.
Yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable. Shen starts the Ruby Crystal potions. My God, that's maybe a lane you even start refillable, because you're going to get pushed out so much. You're just going to keep coming back, and you're going to need to be chugging them. We see again double cleanse from the ADs. Nothing wild there. Yeah, staring around. It looks like double TPs all around. Standard issue there. Double ignite in the bot lane. Nobody busting out anything fun and exciting. Caridian starts his red buff, gets the clear going. Cal starts the blue. Standard comfort pick. Yeah.
I mean, maybe somebody can tell me why I'm wrong, but why does Toasty have cleanse? It doesn't seem to make sense. Against that bot lane, but
can you cleanse the Alawi E? I don't know. I mean, the Rakan ult or something. Yeah, it's good. I suppose that's got to be it. He's looking to cleanse the Rakan ult.
Okay, well, fair enough then. Fair play.
Yeah. So,
and you're not really gonna get away from it with a heal movement speed or anything. So maybe that'll end up coming in handy on that first level 6 engage that bush.
Blood already is starting a little dominance in top, getting the tentacles set up on both sides of him. Okay, this man knows exactly the range of his tentacles. He knows what's up. Even just he hits it with the E again. You hate to see it. Hippo, I feel so bad for you. I'm sending you get well soon cards at this point. I don't even know if this is a kill at this point. Probably not. Oh my God, it's a kill. Oh Lord. Spurg, take it away.
Yes. This is exactly what we knew would happen in this lane. It's really unfortunate that it happened so quickly. I think for Ride or Die's sake, we were all hoping that first kill would not come, pre 3 minutes. maybe, you know, on the third wave of minions, not the second wave of minions. But it's already begun. Hippo is in hell, and Alawi's not going to let him out of it
Yeah, he
until.
picks up the pickaxe just to come and just stick it in his pickaxe yet again. My goodness. And the Caridian shows up and just loses a chunk of his health just to another E bloodbath. So, yeah, I've seen this script before, and it doesn't go well for the team that isn't the team with bloodbath on Alawi. Just to sort of check in on other lanes, pretty even in bot lane, nothing spicy, nothing crazy. Syndra pushing in mid a little bit, getting a little poked down on Sandy Snake, but still pretty comfortable in lane. We do see, okay, double engage there. Rudy slides in. It doesn't lose that much more of his health. I'll take mid a little bit in trouble. Cal slapping him, poking him with the whatever that's called. Lance, there it is. There's not enough damage from the Asol yet for that to be a kill. Okay, Rakan goes back in the bot lane. We see Rudy in trouble. Rudy does have to flash. We see the Ignite come down, and they walk away. So a couple of summoners traded. Rudy lost a good chunk of his health, and they're back to it. Blood is just.
I mean,
Rudy.
Overall, an even trade mid, no flash is used, but, you know, Rudy loses that flash for that Ignite and, you know, is now not looking really healthy. Has the biscuits, so he'll get back up there, but without that flash, kind of scary down there.
You just hate to see this in top lane. Oh my god. I'm so sorry, Hippo.
You know, Hippo's not going to play DDR against those tentacles and just hope not to die in a turret.
You know, Spurg, when you play DDR, are you one of the guys that holds the bar behind you, or you?
I have played DDR one time, and I can say I did not hold the bar, but I also played on easy.
Fair enough. All right, we'll have to meet. Oh no. Oh, okay. Blood's gonna live to try. Oh, he dies! No.
Oh, Blood. Oh, the misplay.
Oh, hand it.
The misplay for Blood. The
Camera,
misclick.
cut the camera. Cut the. Oh, Oh yeah, it must have been lag. You know. That must have been.
Yeah, a pause. Pause coming for the lag.
Oh no, I'm catching in chat where Cal needs a brief pause. He's got to let someone in the house, I think. Oh,
Cal, that's why you got the kid. Send JoJo down there to unlock the door.
I got bad news for you. It's pretty late for the kid to be awake.
I don't know. I don't know how children work. I don't have one. But if I did have one, I would send them downstairs to unlock the front door for my security.
You would wake them up. Jump out of your crib or bed or whatever.
You're probably awake anyway. Kids they just
Daddy's
are
gaming.
Crying, right?
Daddy is gaming.
Yes.
Okay. I expect this to be a short pause based on the reason I.
Yeah. I can imagine it'll be a minute, 2 at the very most, unless there's some issue and Cal has to go man mode down the door.
Yeah. So hang tight. Don't touch that dial, as they say. A bunch of youngsters might not know what that means, but there you go. Don't touch that dial. Blood. I think he's fine. You know, it's not gonna swing the game that he takes the death there. But unfortunate, he's still got TP.
Yeah.
Crashed the wave. He's got the CS lead. He's just showing
it was one of those blood moments where you do 2 things really, really well, and then you did like one thing just slips through your fingers.
Yeah. And we've got the absolute world's best spectator pause bug thingy that is on stream and on my client and everything.
Can you explain this to me? What's going on here?
Brother, it's Riot. I don't know what to tell you. Rito Games. We are back. We are back in action. We're seeing the Rakan flash W. Rudy doesn't have flash. He's gonna go down here. You have to imagine. There he goes. Gets rooted. Xayah gets the kill. Elusive coming up ahead. They've got a big wave. He cleans it up. Crash the wave. They'll probably reset. Maybe look for Dragon here. Lee's, they don't know it, but Lee's backing, so they probably could go take that Dragon for free. Blood is just the expert of setting up those tentacles and just asserting his dominance. Sandy, he does have to flash out of mid. I'll take mid, still has the ult. He could flash ult it.
After that gank that kind of went nowhere in the mid lane and Caridian showed up against Cal there, I'll take mid is just literally taken over mid lane. He has taken it away from Sandy.
I mean, you expect that with this matchup, right? Syndra into the Asol early. That's a rough Asol matchup. Oh goodness, Blood. Oh, misses the E. That's pretty big. Speaking of missing the E, Hippo misses it as well. Says no to the taunt. Tentacles come down, slam it. Blood just asserting his dominance.
Yeah, I mean, Hippo just can't really do anything because if he does, he risks getting hit by all those tentacles and, you know, maybe not dying, but getting blasted down to 5% health in 1W doesn't feel good.
No, it's rough. And oh, he hits the E. Oh lord, with the 2 tentacles hitting it. Oh, you hate to see it. He's just gonna put this is as the legends foretold. He then crashes the wave, pushes the wave. More tentacles hit him. Sandy's in a little bit of trouble here, I think. Maybe not. Has to E out. He's all good. All good in the hood. Hippo
Yeah,
still.
the unstoppable on that E, I still think is not balanced, but
No, that's pretty
um,
wild, actually. I don't know why they would think that's a good idea. I fear for Hippo's life. I'm gonna be honest with you. He
you
doesn't
know,
have he doesn't have TP. He's got a back. He's gonna lose an entire wave here, and a plate or two probably. That's
yeah, I mean,
so rough.
you'd think Blood would try and freeze it by his turret or something, make
Doesn't no.
Hippo get 0 CS, but he is so dominant in this lane that he's actually just having opportunities to free hit that turret and pick up plates.
If you think that's how Blood plays Malawi, we've watched Blood play different games in Malawi. That man never freezes. He pushes and pushes and pushes.
I've never seen a top laner in TCL freeze this season, so I don't think we're gonna start today.
That's reasonable. That I can't tell if that's because we suck at the game and that's why we haven't frozen, or if we just didn't do it by choice. Hard to tell.
Yeah, so look at that. Alawi almost getting 3
man.
plates down already. That is incredible.
Yeah, that is not what the doctor ordered. Blood
Let's
spends
see
a
if,
whole bunch of money. TP's back.
Yeah, let's see if Snakerdoodles is going to turn all that pressure that Blood is creating into a free Rift Herald, though. That's what I would like to see them do with this. It's tough because
Cal takes it. Okay, he sneaks it in there a little bit. Who needs smite? That's overrated.
Skirmish camp, I should say.
Hippo just can't win, man. He tries to go take the little crab, waddling around. Let me go do a little damage, and can't even secure it. Gets out auto attacked by a rel. You hate to see it. So more damage coming down to Hippo. My goodness, just right on the edge of tower range. Doesn't matter. There goes half of Hippo's health.
Yeah, and there's Cal starting up that rift.
Yeah, I mean, that's literally free real estate. Oh, unfortunate that the other tentacle's just out of range, but I mean, what are you supposed to do if you're Hippo here? You've got the armor boots, you got what you could to live, and it still doesn't matter. You're trying to take this, but you're gonna get hit by more tentacles. And the E. Oh my god, this is so oppressive. Oh my god. Oh, I just threw something I couldn't believe what just happened.
As we turn away from top lane, Blood ends up getting that kill. As we look to the mid lane to see I'll take mid flash away from Sandy's ult. But exactly what we expected to happen just happened, and now Blood is going to secure at minimum 1 more plate. I would assume he doesn't have the damage. Yeah, certainly does.
Too much armor on that. Oh my god, takes the E, gets hit. Oh my, just goes back. He doesn't even care. The tower might as well not exist for Blood now. He's got the
Hippo.
Oh my god.
Actually in hell.
Okay. Gridian?
Really good play by Gridian there. Oh, and they're gonna. Wow. Really good play by Gridian. Perfect time to show up. You can see Blood is upset. Pings Lee Sin used R. It's, Shen's got that ult available now, so let's see if they can make something happen across the map where he's got an opportunity to actually use it.
So that's good and all. I think Blood kind of picks the wave up, and it's not that big of a deal for him. He does get the flash out of Lee, gets the ult, gets a lot for that kill, but good work to try to slow the bleeding a little bit. Will the bleeding sort of resume here in like 35 seconds? Yes, but it helps, and it helps him live. We see Blood with the Gore Drinker already. We're gonna need some heal cut pretty soon from Shen. Probably you got to assume he's going Bramble soon if he would like to live at all. Man,
yeah, surprising he didn't go first here. I mean, it's all physical damage, and it cuts down on some of the sustain. Not that he was gonna ever kill him in lane, but maybe he can't turret dive here.
I think he gets top turret here. Yeah, that's big money. Goodness, that's he's so far ahead. He has 2,000 more gold. He's got 2,200 more gold than Hippo has. We see Rudy going in, misses the E, the Feather Storm for questionable reasons. Yeah, that we're gonna just pretend we didn't see about any of that, because that was a lot of stuff that didn't connect. But here we go. I may be the guy that said Blood's just gonna push your first turret, your second turret, your third turret. He's gonna beat, and here we are. Okay, hits the E again because he just doesn't like
Well,
other
I
human
mean,
beings.
Ryder Die making the most of this though, and
Yeah.
taking this dragon. This is kind of what you have to do at this early part of the game. I mean, you're never going to be able to send 3 up there now to kill that Alawi. So
Okay.
you got to find gold elsewhere on the map.
We do see the Alawi ult there, just to finish the dominance. But you're right. I mean, it seems like Snakerdoodle could have contested. They just weren't. They didn't have priority in the lane. Blood chooses not to continue to push. Does back.
Well, I mean, I'll take mid is considerably stronger than Aurelion Sol. The Syndra is considerably stronger than the Aurelion Sol at this point in the game.
Yeah.
So I think that they're kind of afraid for that. As well as the Xayah, you know, it just exalt. Not super useful right now.
I think the Herald gets you 2 plates. I think, yeah. But barely. That's, I suppose you got to get the ASOL a little bit of money, help him catch up. He's still down by a couple hundred. He's not totally in the dumpster. He's not totally behind, but he needed that extra little boost to get him something. We see Blood waddling back to lane. He's got the pickaxe. He's got a tier. A tier? What? Is that's an interesting pick, I think. Okay. He knows more than I do, certainly. Okay, we see a big flash bot lane, Leona flash. We see the cleanse come through. We're trying to get the root. Big Leona all coming down. Lucifer's gonna go down. I would be running away if I was Bush League, but it doesn't matter because we see a big Shen all come through. Triss picks it up, double kill. But guess what? All is normal because Blood is still pushing the top lane and said, "Thank you, silly man. Thanks for ulting away. I'll take your tower. You're so kind."
Yeah, really tough spot for Ride or Die to be in here. Really good fight they had down bot lane. Obviously, Rudy and Toasty did really well. Rudy landed that huge ult on both of them with a stun. You know, maybe the Shen didn't need to TP, but it was the safe option. But they're really paying for that mismatch.
Oh no! Oh no! Sandy lives? No. Oh, we see another Rudy stopwatch. Does he have enough damage? I don't think he does. He's got to get out. They all get out. Bloodbath and Beyond is going to put on some major damage and heal. I don't think you're going to kill Blood here. If you're going to queue over the wall, you're going to miss. I think Blood still wins.
Blood dies here. Blood dies here eventually.
I don't. Oh, he does. Okay, I didn't see the Syndra above him. Fair point. Okay, Sandy hangs around. Sandy hangs around with 1 HP and lives and gets the kill. My goodness. I mean, Spurg, how many games you playing in where your top lane takes both towers by 14 minutes? Not many, certainly, because maybe that's the problem on the top lane, but Blood is still asserting the dominance. He's basically flame horizing him at 15 minutes, which is just kind of hilarious. That's the Alawi way. And they're going to, I think, take bot lane tower here as well.
Yeah, I mean, like just a ridiculous gap in that top lane, obviously. But, I mean, Ride or Die was doing a really good job at picking stuff up elsewhere. And, you know, you saw it in that bot lane, but then they just, they made, you know, that little bit of mistake. And, you know, Cal and Sandy came down there. They weren't able to pick up those kills, and then Luciv and Bush followed up, and you know they end up running them down and taking a turret. Now it's looking a bit bleaker for Ride or Die than it was even before.
Ride or Die, yeah, is struggling. The Raiders, man, that's you hate to see it. I mean, we're seeing it in chat. The man is down a cool 70 CS, and it's only gonna get worse in the top lane. At some point, you swap the lanes. You let him take tier 2 bot. Okay, Featherstorm mid. Luciv's going in. Hits the E. I imagine he's pulling him in for a root. Luciv's in trouble. Doesn't have the cleanse. Doesn't have the flash. He gone! Viridian takes him down.
Yeah, that's just, you know, you're pushing too far there with no vision. Can't really be doing that. And good on Ride or Die to pick that up.
Blood just taking the Herald alone. Doesn't need him. Tentacles are his only friends that he needs. Sandy's in trouble here. Critting hits the ult, goes in. See ya! We see more emote spams. Calvert, sorry, bud. You probably should not be too much further up there. You're in trouble. The pink ward down. I think that was just for fun. I don't think he used that to ward hop.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing Cal having a tough time finding ways to be useful in this game right now. And, I mean, his team is winning despite that, but he needs to figure out a way to get into this game. There's a Rift Herald that isn't being picked up. That is unfortunate.
Oh, no. Oh, Blood.
That is a free Rift Herald for
Blood soloed
Snakerdoodles.
that, and he didn't take it? Is that? Is that what just happened?
Maybe he valued his sentry ward more.
Come on. I believe this is where you say, hello? Like
Yeah.
that is something. Is that
Yeah,
just disrespect? Is that
I don't
what in
know.
the
It would have
world?
certainly probably have been an inhib turret, but
Do you think he's realized? Do you think he just tried to hit 4
I don't
and
think
just went,
anybody's realized. I
he
think
just
no
went,
one in the
what,
game knows
he just
except
went, where is it? Where's the herald? I just hit 4. Why didn't it spawn? That is rough. All right, we do see them posturing for the Drake. Rudy is a little far up, but probably okay. Luciv hitting it down. You got to imagine Snakerdoodle gets it without much issue here. There it is.
Meridian just gonna go for a steal. Yeah, not even close.
Yeah, he's out, no problem. Malawi, just here he is. Boy, wouldn't it be interesting to have a Rift Herald right now? Doesn't care. A little good predictive E by Hippo. Doesn't matter. Doesn't care. Just
Yeah.
gets the Conqueror rolling. Big slaps. Big damn.
I mean, Blood's probably gonna die here.
What? Yeah, he does have his ult. He can flash out an ult, maybe. Okay,
And
oh
there's
boy.
nothing. I mean, yeah, that's one of the situations where it's like, yeah, he's now just doing what he's been doing all game instead of what's best. You know, there's nothing for the rest of his team to take on the map, and that's a point where he's got to, you know, stop flexing in the mirror and pull off that wave and wait for an objective to come available for his team, so that pressure means something.
I don't want to be that guy, but I'm pretty sure if he has the Herald there, the tower's dead, and that's a very different story. Yeah. Blood.
I mean, that goes without saying, but the Rift Herald's a crutch. We all know that. You don't
True.
need Sentry Wars worth more.
That's a fair point. You know what? Jeez, that is like 700 IQ take. I agree with that. I don't even know what sort of analysis to give now. We've got, there's no Drake for a while. We got Baron. There's Baron. It's just no map objectives, which is where you think the Flame Horizon, Bloodbath, and Beyond is gonna dominate. But sometimes
Yeah,
it gets just a
I
little
mean,
too thirsty.
the side of Ride or Die, they're down an immense amount of gold, but is all focused in that top lane.
Yeah.
I mean,
Every other lane is behind.
Yeah,
Every other lane is.
Geridian's playing well. Obviously, Altic Mid is playing well. The bot lane is hanging in there. You know, they're probably up in gold with 2 kills on that Trist.
They are. Yeah. I mean, it's not by much. It's pennies, but literally every other lane is behind, including jungle. So can they get more out of that Alawi? Again, I'm surprised they didn't just like lane swap, send Alawi down bot, let him pick up the tier 2 turret there, get some more money for the team, get some more money for himself. He does have the whole breaker. I don't know if we picked up on that until I'm mentioning it just now, but that should make a pretty big difference. That's just an insane item in general, but especially with the level of dominance he has right now.
Yeah, and I think, you know, right now this game is really hinging on Blood to make the right call on when and where to be, and then Cal's got to get involved. It's got to get involved, or else Ride or Die is just gonna continue doing what they're doing, and eventually the Rel's gonna have to respond to where his team needs help.
And we did see Cal pick up the Radiant Virtue, so he's also hoping he gets involved, also hoping he can matter. As Legends foretold, here's the lane swap. We got Bloodbath and Beyond in bot lane. I don't think he's going to push the tower here. He's a little afraid. He doesn't know where Syndra is.
I mean, he should be afraid, and I
yeah.
There's a potential he gets caught here again.
He's so far ahead, though. Oh, no. The Misty is unlucky. He's fine. Boy, if there was ever somebody that can hit a mastery, it's Blood on Malawi. Okay, big. Rudy's in trouble. Rudy's going to go down. Uh-oh. Ceridian's caught out. Rudy,
wow.
Push. Okay, lots of ults to get out. Mid lane tower is still alive with 1 HP, basically. And we see just 1 death there in the mid lane, but a whole bunch expended to get that 1 kill.
Yeah, I mean, Ceridian kind of flying around that team fight. Looked like he was trying to pull off an insect move, kick back into the turret sort of thing. And yeah, I think it might have worked out for them that he didn't. I think he might have ended up dying and killing Rudy in the process.
Okay, speaking of dying in the process, Bloodbath and Beyond looking for a big fight. Do we have heal cut? No heal cut yet. So that's just an immense amount of damage. They're going to take Baron. I don't think they're going to be able to respond. Ceridian looking for sort of a cheeky steal, but he's going to have to pull off some kind of wild peanut move here or something because, okay, he does get around back, which is going to be pretty effective. We see some flashes expended. Big going in. Uh-oh, Syndra's in trouble. I'll take mid. Does have to use the stopwatch. I don't think he makes it out. Takes the blast plant. Sandy Snake's still alive. They don't go for the Baron. Caridian's in trouble now. He's in trouble. They're going to kill Caridian. They're going to take the Baron. And Sandy's team's in control.
Just really well played by Snakerdoodles there, just baiting them into the Baron, blowing everything to get out of that Syndra. Unfortunate that, Caridian got caught in the crossfire there, trying to be around to be useful if an opportunity arose, and then just couldn't get away.
Yeah, and Blood was putting the pressure on Bot. He does have to back. He does spend some money. He's got a Black Cleaver now. The hurt is just going to get worse. Is there a term for, we know Flame Horizon's the 100 CS diff. We're past that. Is there a term for double the gold when you have double someone's gold? Because Blood is approaching that mark, and it's not close. So there's big bucks, no whammies on Bloodbath and Beyond side. You have to assume he just like side pushes away and just like threatens ending the game. I mean, that's so tough.
I mean, he's at 3 items, and most other folks in this game are sitting at 2. So he's a full item ahead of every other player in the game, and an item and a half ahead of that Shen because of that huge gold difference. So I think he can kind of just exert his will on whichever lane, top or bottom, that he chooses, and then his team could just go to the other one, and they'll always have
Caridian going in for the attempted steal. A-Soul secures the Drake. Standard play. Caridian's dead. Okay, that's a 1-for-0 minus a Drake. And I think we still have Bloodbath just pushing like his job depends on it. There's no response from Ride or Die. They can't handle the person that has choice to gold as the other top laner. Blood doesn't care. He's got the Baron buff. Oh goodness, Blood. I'm gonna tell you, I think he's gonna kill everyone here, and I'm afraid of it. Hippo should also be afraid of it.
And
oh my goodness,
it's close.
Cut the cameras! Cut the cameras! This is a little unfair. Blood pushing with the Baron buff. Lots of tentacles still just slapping at people from a mile away because it looks funny.
It is just too much right now.
Mid lane's also getting pushed. Blood's going to take bottom inhib. You got to assume the team's going to take mid inhib. Spurg, this might be game. At 24 minutes, almost 25 minutes, I don't know how they respond to this. We got Baron. We got a strong push in here.
I mean,
Blood.
To be honest, it should be. They're up 9K. They're up 9K at this point in the game. They certainly have the tools to end the game.
Blood's going to kill them all. Blood is killing them. This game is over. You have to think. More damage, the E damage, the W damage, the Q. Slap, 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 slap. See you later. I'll see you in the finals, perhaps, is what he's saying to him. Goodness. Oh, my. He's got the Baron buff minions. He doesn't care. I don't know what name we're giving to the cannon minion. Greg. Let's call him Greg. He's hitting the tower. He doesn't care. Lee Sin, I mean, I appreciate Caridian. You want the fight. But I think you're dead. I think you're all dead. Flash ults. Doesn't.
That is.
What are you gonna do?
It's tough to watch. It doesn't feel good seeing them walk into that alley.
Thoughts on the 0 heal cut, Spurg?
Oh, terrible. I mean, if Shen's first item wasn't Bramble, it had to at least have been the first buy after Heartsteel's.
Yeah. Can they hold it here? We see
no, they absolutely cannot. The tentacles are going to spawn. The E's are going to get thrown. There's no chance.
Well, more profit for those of us that bet on the Snake. I don't even remember if I got my points in. But I think I did because they said I was going all in on the alley.
League isn't a single-player game, but that game proved that it can be if you win your lane hard enough.
Production, I can't wait to see the damage graph because it's going to look like, if you get like that big like 400-pound lineman and he's up against like a high schooler, that's the damage diff from what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
My goodness. Holy moly, cannoli. All of it. That's just domination. I mean, shout out. I mean, Sandy Snake, great job. Right? 4-1. A-Soul in probably a losing lane early. You did a good job. You didn't come out ahead in damage, but that's all right. Elusive, you did fine. But I mean, Blood. So
it's tough.
I think we're to that point where we pick MVPs. That's how this works, as I recall. I guess I'll let you pick because I'm pretty sure I know who I'm voting for. But feel free to.
Oh, you're pretty sure. I mean, that performance in Game 3 by Blood was obviously incredible, but most of that was just one off of a single player. Uh, It doesn't matter though. It still has to go to him. I mean, he single-handedly won that game for his team. It's one of those performances that's like if you went even, we'd be watching that game for another 15 minutes, and it could be anybody's ball game. But because of what we saw and what Blood did in the first 24 minutes of that game, there's no need. Nobody's gonna kill him. You can send everybody, send all the boys. They're all gonna die.
All right, let's see if we can get Blood in here. I think we give it to him as a unanimous decision. The Supreme Court has spoken. 9-0. Blood. There he is. Mr. Blood, Bath and Beyond. Congratulations on the series win, on the number 1 seed, on absolutely decimating your opponent, on making Alawi look broken. Tell us sort of what was going through your mind in that series, and then I want to hear why you picked the Alawi.
Well, first off, thank you kindly. I would say we were never worried, even though we did lose the first game. Had to give him one, had to decide how hard we were going to beat him in the next two, and I would say that you saw how we decided in that game 3. The Alawi pick was just like, I don't know. He picked Shen. It's a bad matchup. I know he doesn't like Alawi, so I don't know. They just kind of go hand in hand,
Yeah, I mean, of course, there's no more historical pick for you than Alawi. You picked that because he picked the Shen, right? Were you cooking that one up in advance? Was that just like the opportunity presented itself? What was the thought around that?
I mean, it's a little of both. Like, we've wanted to maybe potentially run an Alawi comp for a while because, I don't know, split pushers are pretty good right now. Hole breaker's kind of gross, and
Yep.
I don't know, just all the Alawi items are solid. So, and I think there aren't a whole lot of people that would know what to play into at top lane in this league. So, I don't know,
Especially when he blinds the
something we
Shen.
wanted to do, but like you said, it was a good comfort already.
Yeah. So what in game 2, when you guys earned yourself a massive lead in the early game, and then they kind of hit back. Took that Baron out from under your nose, took 3 turrets. What was the feeling like on Team Snakerdoodle?
Well, I would say, I mean, we were chill the whole time. Like, we knew they were on Baron. They just did a little faster than we thought we would. We thought they would, because I mean, we got to it at the end of it, but they were able to burst it, and we didn't get anything out of it. So that was a little unfortunate. And obviously, they got they got back into the game a little bit. But I don't know. We were like so ahead in like kills and experience that even though they kind of got up in gold, I think we still had the pressure and the momentum in that game. So it
All
wasn't
right.
too big a concern, and we had the dragon lead.
So, Blood, I've got a key question to ask you.
Go ahead, man.
You may have noticed you took an objective there on the map, and
I don't know what you're talking about.
then there was like this little thing on the ground that normally it's like sort of purple. Pretty sure.
No, there was no thing on the ground.
Okay. Can I inquire at what point did you realize you didn't grab the herald?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I never saw anything on the ground there.
all right.
No,
Well,
in all seriousness, it was as I started. I thought I walked over it, but as I started walking back to lane, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go top. I'm gonna drop herald, and I was like, wait, I don't have it.
yeah, the tower would have gone down for sure if you had it, which is unlucky.
Yeah, for sure.
Not
But
that
you know what?
needed it.
I didn't need it. I wanted that. What is it? 50 gold. That was worth it.
True. We thought it was just a disrespect move, just like
Absolutely.
your ward is more valuable, and then
Absolutely, dude. Because they can see it in my inventory, so like they hear it go and then they just never see it. I should have typed in all chat. Didn't need it.
All right, Spurg, any final questions before we let the man go and celebrate his victory with his team, champagne showers, all that good stuff?
No, I've got no questions. That game 3 performance, Blood, was obviously insane. One of the most one-sided top lane performances we've ever seen. Even though you didn't have to interact with the rest of your team at all.
That was the goal, man.
Obviously you did that. You executed that one perfectly, because I don't even think another one of your teammates was within a lane of you. I think the closest Cal ever got was his Rift Herald.
Yeah, they tried to come a little closer, then I was like, nah, get out of here. And Cal was like, nah, we shouldn't join them. So That's what I wanted. I appreciate them giving me what I wanted that game. But I will say, respect to Hippo. Obviously, that game was a little rough for him, but I think he played real well in the first two. Even
I
though I don't agree with his lethal tempo Darius. The Yone
I
was pretty
I
annoying.
called that out immediately, and I thought that made no sense. But yeah, I think he played well. He put some pressure on you in general. So appreciate it. Well done. Shout out to certainly that game 3 performance, but really the whole series. Well done.
I appreciate it.
All right. Spurg, any final thoughts on the series before we kick it off?
No, I mean we were right. Our predictions were right as they always are.
True.
I think that, Ride or Die really showed us a lot in this series, though. I think that they performed really, really well, especially obviously in the game they won. In game one, they were good. They showed a lot of promise in game two, and even in game three. I mean, if you were to just annex the top lane out of the game, the rest of the map they did really well, and it's unfortunate that um, you know Hippo had a less than ideal performance against a champion like Alawi, who's just going to be able to have that sort of impact. But so yeah, GG's to Ride or Die, and congratulations to Snakerdoodles.
I agree. So, Berg, thank you for the cast. Joa, thank you for production. Tomorrow we've got Phoenix Rising against Drink More Water. I think the cast is Frusion Jazz, A-Barn on production tomorrow. Should be a fun one. I don't believe there's any sort of standings implications of that, so might see some spicy picks or different game modes or something. We'll see. Should be a fun one. And then playoffs start as soon as I believe November 12th. So keep it tuned in. Subscribe to the channel. Give us all your Prime subs. We'll be here for the future casts. With that, I'm Jbob. This is Spurg. Joe on production. Thank you so much.